It is time to stop settling on your life, okay? Stop downplaying the life that you deserve and start calling in what it is that you actually want to happen. So in this video, we're going to talk about 9 different things that you can do, and this is going to be your ultimate guide to actually improving your life. And you can start doing these things today. So one of the things that you're going to do is to upgrade your circle. If you find that you are currently in a group of friends where there's a lot of drama, or it's toxic, or maybe there's a lot of gossiping about people, or you do things that you don't normally want to do, maybe with your group of friends, all you guys typically do is party and drink and whatever it is. And not to say that you can't do those things, but if you're constantly doing those things and you're feeling like it's either draining you, it's preventing you from having time to actually, do something productive for yourself, to invest in yourself, whatever it is, that may be a really good indicator to upgrade those group of friends that you have. And this is not necessarily always something easy to do. It's not easy to just drop, right, the group of people that maybe you've spent your whole life hanging out with, or the people that you do care about. But it's something to definitely consider unless you're already very confident and happy with the group of friends that you have and the people that you spend a lot of time with. We're the average of the top 5 people that we surround ourselves with. So if you want to improve your life for the better, meaning you want more happiness, more fulfillment, more love, more abundance, more blessings, all that stuff, then really take a look at the top 5 people in your life that you hang out with, because it may not even be just friends. It might be family. It might be a really close relative. But when you look at, in a non-judgmental way, but when you look at the way that these people around you live their life, when you look at their lifestyles and how it impacts you, is it in a positive way? Is it in a fulfilling way? Is it in a happy way? Whatever way you want to describe that. But are these people adding to your life in positive ways? And if not, it's worth considering, do I want to keep these people in my life, or do I want to start finding, better friends, just better, more positive people to be around? And if you're wondering, okay, where can I find more positive people in my life? How do I actually improve my circle? There's plenty of Facebook groups online. I have a community on my website as well, which I'll have in the description. It's a community you can sign up for, and it's all about positivity. I share journal prompts in there. I share all kinds of resources and stuff in there. So there's different places where you can tap into to find like-minded people and people who are going to improve your life. You can probably find on Eventbrite, whatever is going on in your city nearby you. Maybe it's a meditation class, maybe it's a yoga class, whatever, right? Any of those things that you feel would add positively into your life. So find those communities where people are already tapping into. Maybe it's a Discord channel. There's several different people that I follow on Discord that I really look up to, and it's just a nice place to network and meet new people. And you never know, you might find someone who lives in your city that way. One of my closest friends that I've met, who is literally my soul sister, who I love to death, I met her by attending an event. It was called Awaken, and it's an event for people who are wanting to awaken their highest self, right? So it's a spiritual event. You do a lot of meditation, breathwork classes, and so forth. And I met one of my best friends from going to that event. And so putting yourself in those positions is what's going to actually help you improve your circle. Because it's one thing to say, oh, okay, I don't really, surround myself with the most positive people, right? It's one thing having the awareness, but then what are you going to do about it to attract the ideal friends that you want to have, to attract that positive, supporting, loving support system that you'd like to have in your life? So if you want to improve your life for the better, the biggest thing I would definitely say, these are all things you can do and they're all important, but it really comes down to who are you hanging out with, who are you surrounding yourself with? Because when you do experience those days when things are difficult, or say, I don't know, you want to give up on, you're working on a goal and you're just, you're tired, you don't want to do it, whatever, it really helps to have those go-to people who are going to help you and support you and be there for you when you just need some of that. Okay, the next thing is going to be to take care of your health. So if you want to improve your life for the better, you have to take care of your health. Mental health, spiritual, emotional, physical, all of that. What you put into your body matters. If you're eating fast food all the time, or you're eating junk food and you're not really moving your body and getting those mindful movements in, how is that going to help you improve your life? It's not going to. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to be in the gym 5 days a week. You don't have to do anything literally crazy at all. It could just be more mindfulness. So it could be maybe a daily walk for 10 minutes, or it could be you really prepping a healthy breakfast and having something that is going to be nutritious and, of value to your body. Maybe it's that you start juicing. By the way, that's the one thing that I did that has like really helped me with my journey is I started juicing from home. So like I bought a juicer, and then I do this every week now. Like I prep all my juices for the week, and I love it because it's such an easy way to supplement my health journey. It's such an easy way to get greens and different types of fruits and veggies that I don't normally consume, because now I'm drinking it in a juice. So find whatever is going to work for you, but make it simple and make it like adaptable and easy to fit into your lifestyle. Because again, since this is a lifestyle, it doesn't have to be anything massive or drastic that you do. It could just be something super simple, like, okay, I'm going to start prepping my breakfast from home, or I'm going to start drinking, more smoothies throughout the week, or I'm going to add, a cup or half a cup of veggies to all of my meals, however that looks like for you. But if you want to improve your life for the better, you really can't neglect your health and the way that you're taking care of yourself. And it's not just what you're eating, and it's not just exercise, but also your mental health as well. What are you doing to, give yourself breaks? What are you doing to check in with yourself? How are you showing up for yourself in that way? And so that could be journaling. Like if you've been here for a while, then I am a huge advocate for journaling. Like it's just such a great way to release whatever you have going on in your mind, to just really touch in with how you're feeling with your emotions. And I love it because it's just, you can set your intentions for the day. You can journal about maybe you had a bad day, right? Like it's a good way to just release what you have going on inside and to set goals for yourself. So having some sort of practice there that's going to help with your overall well-being is going to be so critical here. So yeah, definitely make sure that when you're thinking about, okay, how do I improve my life? Figuring out, okay, what am I going to do to show up for my mental health, my physical health, my emotional health, and in every aspect of what encompasses, right, like your overall well-being, because you can't neglect one area. You have to pour into all the areas. If I just focused on going to the gym, but I ate crap every single day, that's not gonna overall improve the quality of my life, right? I'm not gonna be able to improve my life for the better only focusing on that one thing. So when it comes to overall well-being, you do kind of have to pour into each of those aspects. But again, it doesn't have to be anything that you don't want to do. Find the things that you do want to do. So maybe, you're not a big person on journaling. That's okay. Maybe your way of showing up for yourself is doing the daily walk, hydrating, saying affirmations in the morning, and that's it. Okay, that's fine. Start wherever you need to start. Or maybe for you it's meditating, and then it's going to the gym, and then meal prepping Monday through Friday, and then relaxing a little bit more on Saturday, Sunday. That's great. Whatever it is, it's just going to be something that is suitable to you, that you feel you can do as a lifestyle, and that overall is going to supplement you being happier. It's going to supplement the quality of your life, and it's going to just make you happy, right? So do whatever feels good to you. So the next thing that you really want to prioritize is going to be just staying organized in general. If you feel like you have a lot to do, you're not planning out your week, if things are feeling just disorganized, your room is disorganized, your home is disorganized, all of that stuff really does affect the way that we function. And so improving your life for the better definitely includes some level of organization. So either get really good at planning out your weeks and planning out your days, or planning out your month. Maybe use a planner. You can use a digital planner. There's a ton of free templates on Canva, so you don't even have to buy like a physical journal. You can literally just download a free PDF on Canva or whatever other website online. Like you can Google these things, but get really good at planning out what do you want to happen with your day, your week, and your month. And I love to do goal setting at the beginning of the month, and just kind of, on my calendar, I'll do like a little bullet list of, okay, what do I want to get out of this month? What are my goals? What are my intentions? And then breaking it down to the week. And so having like a weekly lens of, all right, what am I doing this week? And then having a daily. And by the way, I think the more you do this, the more you get really good at understanding what works for you and what feels realistic, but also challenging enough, right, to like push yourself, but I also think it really helps to incorporate a little bit of time in your day where there is wiggle room. So if you don't happen to get to one out of the 3 things you needed to do, that it's okay for you to do it tomorrow. Like, I like to be flexible with my schedule so that if something comes up, I can still do other things and not feel like bad about it or that I am somehow behind now. So being flexible with yourself but still scheduling out what needs to get done and being organized that way, it's so helpful. And then also just having good daily habits as far as like making your bed, you know, drinking your water. If you're someone who likes to go to the gym in the morning, maybe having your gym clothes like on the dresser or whatnot, just so it's ready the night before. Little things like that. Like, what little things can you slowly start adding to either your evening routine or your morning routine that's going to help you be more efficient with your time? And then on top of that too, just in general, literally like overall organization, making sure that your space is clean, like that. If your space is messy, then you probably feel messy on the inside, right? And I can't remember, I think it was one of my cousins who said this to me a couple years ago, but a person's environment is a reflection of how they feel within. So if you're looking at your environment and it's like, God, there's a lot going on, there's a good indicator, right? That's probably how you feel internally. At least I 100% believe this, but I can say for certain that this has been true in my life. Like, times when I haven't been doing so good, so hot, you know, mental health and stuff, I just know when I'm off. I know when I'm having an off day, an off week, by the look of my environment. If my office is a mess, I have like sticky notes everywhere, I have like a cup or whatever, a mug that's been there since like the day before or whatever it is, right? Then that for me is always a good indicator of like, okay, Ladette, how are you feeling right now? Because your space isn't, and it's not that your space has to be neat and tidy 24/7 all day long, but it's like, you know, right? You know when your space has been cluttered for a while and it's more than just, oh, I haven't had a chance to get to it, right? Because that's one thing. But then if it's like every day and it's like the mess is growing, then okay, like that's a good time, right, to be like, hey, okay, how am I feeling, what's going on? And that's when I'll check in with myself of like, hey girl, like, how are you really doing right now? Because them sticky notes you haven't cleared up and they've been sitting on your, you know, laptop, they've been on your wall for a couple days now. Like, what can we actually get rid of here that has been completed? So just overall organization is going to help you with improving your life, because when your area feels clean around you, when your schedule feels like it is the way that it's supposed to be, when you have things planned out, overall that just makes things flow more efficiently, right? That way you can just focus on what you need to focus on, because again, life's not perfect and there's going to be things that come at you, but when you can at least control what you can control, like, does that not feel better? Let's be honest. So stay organized. Another thing you can do is to just get so crystal clear on your goals and what it is that you want out of your life. And I think I say this honestly in every video in some form, but it's because it is what it is. If you are lost on what your goals are, it's going to be so easy for you to feel like you're not really working towards something, or to feel like, what's the point? Like, what, you know, nothing's changing, or to feel unmotivated, right? So be so for real and be so clear on what your goals are. And it's okay if they change over time, but when you're clear on what your goals are and you're reminding yourself regularly of what it is that, you know, you're creating for yourself, then that's going to be at the forefront of your life. So if you want to improve your life, what do you want to actually improve about it? And remind yourself of that. I love vision boards for this reason. I do have a video that I'll link somewhere around here of how to actually build a vision board that you can manifest, like a realistic, tangible vision board, but have something that you can see, right? Put it in front of your desk or in your closet or in your restroom where you're going to see it, but like something that just shows you like, okay, this is what I'm working for. Maybe it's optimal health, maybe it's a lot of energy, maybe it's to be an entrepreneur, maybe it's to just have an additional source of income, like maybe it's just to start, I don't know, cooking more at home, eating more healthy food. Like, what do you want? What are your life values and your goals, and the things that you just are just like, it makes you so happy when you think about like, oh, I know I deserve this and it's gonna happen and I'm working for this and it's gonna be so worth it. Like, those things that just get you so excited, and put that on a vision board and be so for real and look at that daily. 5 minutes a day goes a long way, even 1 minute a day, but just being consistent with reminding yourself, no, I don't care what life throws at me. I don't care who tells me I can't do this. This is the vision, this is the goal, and I'm getting after it, like, period. And track your progress too. Like, this is so much fun, and I think that it's such a great way to like really give ourselves a shout out of just tracking our progress, because it's easy to feel like, okay, nothing is changing. Like, why am I working towards these things? Like, my life's not changing, nothing's getting better. But when you actually track your progress, it's, it gives you the opportunity to see like, oh wait, no, things are changing. Like, I am improving. And one example that I really do want to give is I actually made the decision to stop drinking alcohol last year in June, and I was sober for 6 months. And then I did drink, during the holidays, like in December, end of December. And it took me a while to kind of shake that off. But the reason why I stopped drinking is because I was like, you know what? Alcohol doesn't serve me at all. I don't like the person that I am when I do drink. I feel like it gets in the way of my productivity, because when I drink, I don't get anything done. I just sit there and watch TV all day, which, sure, you can consider that a form of self-care, but when it's all the time, that doesn't feel like self-care anymore. It feels like a form of self-sabotage, and it feels like I'm getting in the way of my own very best self. And so I made that decision to stop drinking. And after 6 months, it was really throughout the span of the 6 months, but I had this expectation that my money was going to be better, that everything was going to change, like my relationships, everything was just going to get better. And by the 6th month, I kind of felt like it did, like nothing was changing. And it kind of got me down. I was feeling like, okay, my money is the same, like I haven't been saving, and I just feel like my weight is the same, all this stuff. And I had to ask myself, okay, but who was I before I stopped drinking? I was spending money all the time on alcohol, and I no longer was spending money. So even though I felt like I wasn't saving, when I actually looked at my bank account, I definitely was. And even though that wasn't me advocate or actively tracking, right, my progress, by just looking at something that tracks itself, my bank statements, I was like, wait, no, like I'm doing a lot better financially than I would have been had I not stopped drinking, right? And so tracking progress that way, that's why they always say too with like weight loss, and this is something I've done as well, is measurement. So even though the scale wasn't changing, the pants were getting loose, okay? That's a form of progress. That's a form of tracking your progress. So this, like, just set yourself up, whatever it is that you specifically want to improve in your life. Like, don't be obsessive about it and track it every day, especially if it's weight loss, like with the scale. Like, don't set yourself up to like psych yourself out, but track your progress. Maybe you step on the scale once a month. Maybe you get like a financial planner or notebook and you track like what you're spending your money on. Whatever feels realistic to you but doesn't feel like obsessive, because that kind of, I don't know, that kind of just messes up the point here, right? Because we're trying to empower ourselves here. We're not trying to feel like something is taking our power, right, or controlling us. So track your progress, and just know that whatever it is that you are focusing on wanting to improve in your life, if you're doing it wholeheartedly and you're doing it with those intentions of because you love yourself, then it is going to improve. One way or another, at some point, things are going to improve. So I just really wanted to share that example, because tracking really does go a long way. The next thing I absolutely love is to invest in yourself. And I feel like when people hear this, they think like, well, I don't got money like that to invest in myself. I can't just drop, $2K and go to this conference. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, investing in yourself can be free. There's plenty of free courses online. There's plenty of what is it, the YouTube videos, tutorials. Like, there's so many ways you can invest in yourself without having to spend money. And by the way, I also want to share, I offer free courses on my website. I have a juicing course that I'm wrapping up right now. So if you're someone who's like, okay, I want to really focus on the health area of my life, take my free juicing course. It's so easy. I think it's going to be closer to 4 hours. It's really more like a training that you can download and watch from my website, but it's going to show you all the basics of how to get started if you're a beginner. And then I'm also working on a sober curious course for those of you who are interested in being sober. That's also literally free. And that is because I genuinely care about making these resources accessible for people. Like, I know not everything that I was searching for I could find in the beginning, and a lot of this I had to figure out on my own, but it doesn't matter. Like, there's still resources regardless, whatever it is that you're looking for, whether it's, being sober or being sober curious, or weight loss or juicing, or savings, like how to be good with your money. There's going to be a resource for it. It's just how resourceful are you to find what it is that you need. And even that can be a form of investing in yourself. Every day I'm going to spend 10 minutes looking for something that can help me improve my life. Or maybe it's, every week on my day off, I'm going to spend 30 minutes and I am going to look for something that is going to help me. Get good at being resourceful. And again, if you don't know where to start, I got you. I genuinely want to help people because I care about helping people. I want this to be a better place for all of us to live in. And so if you are interested in my free juicing course, which should be available by June, and then my Sober Curious course should be available by August or September, then definitely subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you can be updated on when that actually does go live. And then I also will have it in the description down below my website, so you can also subscribe to my newsletter on my website. I'll be emailing everyone when those courses go live. And by the way, it's literally no strings attached. Like, it's free. You get the course for free. There's no secret motive. It's me wanting to be of service to the world and wanting to help how I can. So just know that there's people out here who do offer free courses, who are not trying to latch onto your vulnerability and reel you in. I think some people do that. Some coaches do that. I am not one of them. All right, next thing, let's talk about scheduling time to have fun and to relax. So I have done this so many times, but when you might find yourself doing this too, but when you're starting this like self-development journey, this self-improvement journey, you might be like, I'm going all in. Like, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do this, and this, and I'm going to fix this, and this. But you might get burnt out. I know I have every time I've done that, and it doesn't always work out when I do that. And I think it's great to be excited and to have these goals and to want to improve your life. And, all of that is beautiful. That obviously means you care and you love yourself enough to change. But don't forget to rest. Improving your life overall is going to be difficult to do if you're not resting and if you're not having fun. Because again, like, it can be so easy to get lost in the side of your vision for your future of like, okay, I'm going to improve all these things, and then by next year I'm going to be in this place and that place, that it becomes easy to forget to also live in this moment. And you're not improving your life for only tomorrow, you're improving it for today. Your life isn't only about what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow's not even granted. So while I think it's amazing to have that vision of wanting to better yourself so that you can have a better life altogether and have better outcomes in the future, it's also so important to remember that today is the only moment that you really do have. So make today count. Do whatever you need to do today to set yourself up for tomorrow, but don't forget to enjoy today as well, because your future self is going to thank you for that as well. And how many times do you reminisce on the past? Like, I know I find myself, especially when I see these videos on TikTok of like the nostalgia of like elementary school with like the toys, the games, the people, like being in the backyard just on the swings. Sometimes I'm like, I wish I did enjoy it more. But then it's just that reminder to, enjoy this moment now. I'm going to enjoy this moment so much that I make up for the fact that I didn't enjoy it when I was younger. That's how I feel like we should feel. So don't be so obsessed with the future. It's not granted. Make sure you're romanticizing this moment now and in love with this moment now as much as you possibly can be, because it's all you ever really have. So have fun, relax, take breaks, spend time with your loved ones, with people who actually uplift you, and really be in those moments, because I guarantee that 10 years from now, you're going to look back and you're going to say the same thing, right? Like, wow, I can't believe that time just flew by. I wish I would have enjoyed it. Don't do that. Make sure you're setting yourself up so that 10 years from now, you look back and you say, thank God I was in the present moment. Thank God I enjoyed it. Thank God I was in the presence of my loved ones and I just fully embraced them and was just so happy in that moment for what it was. So let's talk about the next thing. You want to give things time to change and give yourself grace. Kind of similar to what I said earlier, as far as just like tomorrow's not granted, right? So it's like, be patient with yourself anyway. But at the same time, things don't change overnight. It doesn't matter if you do everything on this list in one day. It's not going to change overnight. You have to give yourself time. Whenever you're embarking on a new journey, it's not going to just change right away. If it did, would it be meaningful? Like, if you got all the results that you wanted in 24 hours, yeah, you might be happy, but would it really be meaningful? Would it feel like you worked at anything? Would it feel like you put in an effort to actually change anything? Probably not, because it came too fast. So give yourself time to see things change. We're talking about improving our life, right, for the better and overall big picture here. So we're not in a rush, right? That means that we can give ourselves the gift of not being in a rush, because this is now a lifestyle. It's going to be things that we plan on working at and working on for the rest of our time here. So give yourself that grace and that gift of just being able to sit back and relax while you wait for either your manifestations to happen or to see the fruits of your labor grow. But give it time and don't worry about it and don't stress. As long as you know that you are in fact doing whatever you need to do to improve your life, it's going to improve regardless. And that's literally as simple as that. So let's move on to the next thing, which is to practice gratitude as much as you can. I know everyone kind of talks about this and you've probably heard it a lot, but this is so true. Like, practicing gratitude for what you have right now and genuinely being so happy for that will help you improve your life. There's nothing in the future that you can't have right now. And what I mean by that is, you might be thinking, okay, I want to improve my life because I want to be happier. That's probably one of your reasons. You probably want more happiness, more peace, more fulfillment. It probably breaks down to more love, kind of those universal themes of things that we all really want to have. But the thing is, your future doesn't depend on that. You can have all of those feelings right now and still work at what you want to work at to have, whatever life you want to have in the future. You can practice gratitude for things that you have in your life right now. So maybe you're working towards better health and you're working towards, let's just say better health. Let's say right now, improving your life really entails you improving your health. So while you're, working on eating more greens and fruits, and while you're working on more active movements throughout the week, you can still practice gratitude for having a body that allows you to do those things. You can practice gratitude for being able to wake up every day and being able to be alive and being able to, drive yourself to the gym. Or maybe you don't go to the gym, maybe your form of exercise is at home. That's fine. You can experience gratitude for, thank you, universe, thank you, God, whatever you believe in. I'm so grateful to have this space to exercise and move my body. Like, I'm so grateful that I can have the decision to change my body. Like, I have every right and ability to improve myself in this way. So, and is that not genuine, right? Like, that's a genuine way to practice gratitude. Like, don't just pull random things to say you're grateful for if you're not. Like, genuinely be so grateful for what you have. And I want to give an example, because I'm not gonna lie, I used to be someone that would say, oh, I'm so grateful for my legs and my arms, and I wouldn't mean it. And recently I sprained my ankle. I've never done that before. I've never sprained anything. I've never broken a bone or anything. I sprained my ankle. I couldn't work out for a month. And when I tell you now, when I say how grateful I am for my legs, like, I'm so for real, okay? I couldn't do anything for a month. I felt like it just was so hard not being able to go to the gym. It took me about 2-3 weeks before I could start walking better, like around the neighborhood. But as far as like putting weight on my ankle, like, and on my legs, like, I couldn't do that. And now when I say that I'm grateful, oh, I mean it. And it's not to say you have to hurt yourself to then deeply be grateful, but really think about, what are you seriously so grateful for that is so genuine, that like your life would be so different if you didn't have that thing. And really appreciate that, because anything can happen at any moment. And where our life is just the way that it is, and we should be grateful to be alive regardless. We should be grateful to be here. And when you can really see how beautiful and special your life is, that's going to allow you to express that gratitude, even deeper. And it's like, the more you do this, the more you really see, like, wow, like, I'm so lucky to be here. And the more happier you feel and the more at peace you feel with your life. And that really does impact your overall quality of life. It really does. So make sure that you're saying thank you every single day for something. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, whoever you believe in. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my family. Thank you for this food. Like, let that be a challenge. Every day say thank you for one thing, okay? Thank you for my pets. Thank you for the sun today. Thank you for the birds. Thank you for nature. One thank you a day, and watch how over time that actually starts to impact the way that you genuinely feel. So the last thing that I want to say is to embrace fear of the unknown. I know that when you start like a new journey, whatever that journey is, change can be scary and it can be intimidating, and sometimes so deeply to the point that we don't even start, right? Like, isn't that crazy? Like, sometimes we don't even start because we're so afraid. But don't be afraid of change. Embrace change. Things are always changing. Every day something is changing. Life is literally all about change. So don't be afraid of it. Welcome it and embrace it, because the more familiar you can get with change and the more you can embrace it, the easier that this is going to be for you. The easier this whole process is going to be, because when you're thinking of improving your life, you may think, oh, okay, I need to do X, Y, and Z, and that's going to get me these results. And then you might start and be like, wait, I actually don't like doing those things. They don't feel in alignment with me. What else can I do? So you might find yourself regularly switching up what exactly you're doing to improve yourself, and that's okay. And so the more you welcome that change, the more you can see that A, change is okay, B, change is not scary, but C, that the more things you try and the more you do, the closer you kind of get to the results that you're looking for and to the person that overall you're becoming. And an example I want to give there is I'm doing a book club. I've been doing this book club for about 1.5 years. And before I started like book club and doing book club with like my group of friends, I was kind of scared. I was like, this is, I don't know, like I've never done a book club before. Do I want to do this? Do I want to meet a group of new people? I don't know. Overall, I do want to improve my well-being and I want to connect with like-minded people. So maybe I should just try it. I did it. I met amazing people. It's not serving me anymore, and that's okay. Now I can find either a different book club or maybe I take a break. But overall, these are things that are helping me level up. And so by me embracing kind of like, oh, the unknown, I don't know if I want to do this, it allowed me to meet new people, and it did allow me to improve myself in many different ways. I had so many breakthroughs in that club, but now I can find the next thing that's going to serve me and help me level up. So don't be afraid of these changes. If there's going to be something in it for you, especially when your goal is to improve your life. So tap into whatever resource, tap into whatever group, tap into whatever community, try it. If you don't like it, if it's not for you, find the next thing. But this is all about your evolution and your process and what's going to help you be a better version of you. So go for it, be excited, and just have so much fun. Have so much fun with this. So that is all that I have for you all in this video. Please let me know down in the comments below, what is one thing that you want to start doing to improve your life. Keep yourself accountable. Let's all keep one another accountable. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. I do videos on inner work, self-improvement, well-being, tips and tricks, all that stuff. So if that resonates, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future notifications. And I will see you in the next one.